Well, folks, another win in the books. Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media. Not even going to try to break the game down too much. I don't know. Crazy week. At the very least, as a fan, get my thoughts on it. 59-3 for the Crimson Tide as they now advance to, was it 9-1? Yeah, sounds about right. 9-1 over New Mexico State. 59-3. 59 points by Alabama's offense. Here's the thing. You know, that's huge. That's a big deal. This offense they really haven't, had many games like that. I mean, they can score in the 40s or whatever, but, A&M, Ole Miss or whatever, they're playing some level of competition, some level of defense. New Mexico State is nothing. Now, that's not, look, Alabama's great, and I'm not here to rip on New Mexico State or anything. They got some good players, good coach. But I mean, compared to Alabama and the SEC, let's just be honest and call it what it is. What'd you expect? Overall, I mean, there's some penalties in that game, definitely, and I'm sure, obviously, Saban's going to talk about it. Some offsides, some holding, some PIs, but overall, it's a great win. Good job, team. It definitely made my day. And it's always a good thing to see your team winning. And Alabama is. Here's the thing. This is not one of those games where you're going to be tested for a team like Georgia. This isn't. The A&M game, yes. The way you guys handled LSU, yeah. We handled them well. But the next, today is the 13th. So Arkansas next week, and then Auburn at Jordan-Hare. I'm worried. Arkansas is better than their record. I think there's teams like Auburn and Arkansas. Those two opponents right there, they're better than what their record says. Arkansas got off to a great start. They were top 20, kind of worked their way up. I think they took one loss to Georgia, and from there they just kind of stumbled a bit with some other games. But, you got to go play Arkansas, host them at home, and then you get a trip to Jordan-Hare. So, you sit there and say, oh, Bama's going to handle both of those. Maybe Arkansas. Now, Arkansas is going to give them a little bit of a game. I'm not going to lie. They got some talented players, and of course what Sam Pittman's doing with that offense, and the O-line and everything. It's incredible. I like what Sam Pittman's doing here in year 2 or 3 for him? I think 2, if I'm not mistaken. But and then Auburn, Brian Harsin. Auburn's a better team than I expected them to be this year. Bo Nix is looking really good. Tank Bigsby's running the ball well. Got a couple different backs they could use. Again, we'll get to the Iron Bowl soon. We'll get to Hate Week and everything like that, week of Thanksgiving. And I'll get some good videos and everything out for you guys then. But Arkansas is up next. Hey, props to New Mexico State just for, let's just call it what it is. Thanks for coming to our house and joining us for another Saturday in Tuscaloosa. That's really all I can say. I mean, look, you can't rip on New Mexico State, but I mean, it just goes to show you, where Alabama's at. Like, yeah, they can go out there, warm up game, see where the team is. Offense looked pretty good. Defense was a little shaky, but for the most part, they got it under control, and they played some good four-quarter football. The O-line definitely improved, which I've been saying all year long that Doug Maroon and listen, the problem is not Bryce Young. I'll admit that. It comes down to Bill O'Brien, and it also comes down to Doug Marrone and the offensive line. It looked pretty solid today. But again, let's say it is Alabama and Georgia for Atlanta for the SEC title. You're having the best defense in the nation go up against one of the best offenses in the nation. You're going to need an offensive line. Otherwise, Georgia will kill Alabama. I'm telling you that right now. They got to get it together. But it looked like they did it okay here. I'm basically what I'm trying to say is that I am worried going forward. I mean, this is New Mexico State. Again, this isn't one of those like, oh, they suck. It's not like that. It's they're not Power Five. They're not even Group 5. I don't think. I think they're Division 2 or I don't know what they are, but they're good where they play. But you come play a team. I mean, even if they played a team like Florida, I'm sure Florida would at least. I mean, I don't know if it'd be like what Bama did today, but maybe a 48-10 or something. I mean, New Mexico State just is not at that level of SEC, obviously, but they got some good players. This is definitely these are the games that I think Saban puts on the schedule to give them a rest from these tests. Like we had a test against A&M, we lost. You had a test against Florida. You had a test against LSU. You've had these close games. This is one to just have a resting game, relax a little bit, see where you're at, give the guys some rest. I mean, it was basically watching practice. Just call it what it is. But anyway, I'm proud of this team this year. Couple games left, Arkansas and Auburn. You got to go take care of them. You get Arkansas, I believe, at home. I think we're playing them. I think they're playing at Bryant-Denny. And then you got to go to Jordan-Hare. I'm worried about that. Say whatever you want to about Auburn. A&M's got to win out. And Alabama has to beat both Arkansas and Auburn if they do want to secure the West. Still only have the one loss to A&M, make it to Atlanta, and have a chance at Georgia. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Proud of my Crimson Tide today. We got the W. Keep your head up. God's got an amazing plan. Y'all remember that. God bless, and as always, roll tide, roll.